There we go, we're looking like we are live. Welcome guys and welcome to my channel BitGlen. If you're new here, don't forget to click the subscribe button. This is a cryptocurrency diary or vlog channel if you like. I'm pretty new to the whole space of cryptocurrency. I started in November, obviously now we're in March, so I've had about 5 months, 6 months experience now in cryptocurrency if you like, and obviously as I'm learning things I'm trying to obviously let you guys know what I'm finding, what mistakes I'm making, what maybe I'm doing right, hopefully more so than bad, and hopefully you can join this journey with me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're watching and you like this content, and you can also chat to me as well as joining the live chat right now, which hopefully someone will join in a minute. You can also join my Telegram group, which I've got set up. There's a link in the description just down below. You can either click that link and download the desktop app, or you can download your app on your iOS, Android, iPad, whatever you want, and you can join in with the conversation. We've got 105 members I think in there now, so it's picking up and there's a lot of conversation in there. Obviously people talking about mining, day trading, ICOs, playing games, having a bit of banter, so you've got a bit of everything in there if you guys want to join in with that. Roberts says, hey Glenn, and Gigabit says, hello Glenn, how are you mate? I'm very good, thank you to both of you. Thanks for joining me. I know it's early in the morning. I noticed that my general, I don't know, demographic of people that watch me really prefer me to do videos late in the evening, sort of 10 o'clock at night, but it's during the day, I'm free, there was a few things I wanted to talk about, so I thought, you know what, I'll go live. I probably won't get many people join it, but obviously you guys can watch it later on, so let's jump into it. So the markets, obviously I've said this several times in my videos now that probably the best and this is not financial advice, but though you could take it, I suppose, is that the Bitcoin price gets to about 11,500 K and then it slumps down. So when it slumps down like it is now, that's the best time to buy, and then wait for it to go back up to 11.5, 12K, and then sell it. Whether that's for US dollar or USDT, whatever. But that seems to be the best strategy because it's happened so many times. Like, it's not just once or twice. It's happened quite regularly for the last month, 2 months. It has a spike and then it goes down, it goes up, then down. You can see here, as soon as it gets to the 12K mark, it slumped right down. But you can see here it went up again to 10.8. So picking these, mind you, it doesn't appear to be in the 11K mark much at all here, but you can see here it was at 11K, then it slumped down, 11.5, then it slumped down. Now it's obviously in the 9K mark, and there was a lot of panic in the group chat actually. A lot of the guys, you can see here in the last 3 months. But obviously it's choosing the right time to buy and sell, innit? You never know. I could buy a Bitcoin today and it could slump down to 6K. A lot of people in the group chat were saying, oh, that's it, we're going down to 5K, we're going to get a new low, and it's all because of WOWs, and it's all because, and they're all valid points, and there probably is the reason. But I noticed a pattern happening. When the market goes down, the things that people point, like blame it on is FUD, if you like. So like news articles that come out that are negative towards Bitcoin. WOWs buying and selling loads of stock, which I don't know. I don't know if I believe in any of those theories, to be honest. Obviously they're contributing factors, don't get me wrong, but for them to keep doing it over and over again without anyone realising or finding out who they are, or everything's quite transparent on the Bitcoin network, isn't it? You can follow the blockchain and where the blocks, where the coins are going, and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I don't actually know why the market is so volatile. Because no, if you actually look at the market cap, we've hovered in sort of the 400 and is that 400 billion and 450 billion for quite a while. It's not as if it's really jumped up or it's really dropped low. So the only thing that could be swinging it one way or the other is if Bitcoin, people are selling their Bitcoin and trading it for something else, which obviously USDT could be one of those things. Because obviously that's a coin that is backed by US dollar, so it's a bit more secure. So maybe when people think, oh, I want something that's going to stay at the same price for the next few days while everything else goes down, they're putting it in Tether. I don't know. I still don't know whether that's the case or not. You would think, oh, if Bitcoin price is going up and down so much that the money is being moved from Bitcoin into maybe other coins. But when Bitcoin goes down, generally all the others go down. So if we have a little look to see what is up, the biggest gainer of today is 9%, and that's Neem. And then you've got Lisk, Genesis, Waves, NXT. The rest, it's all down. And that tends to be well, I say it most of the time. Most of the time, if Bitcoin goes down by a fairly decent amount, they all go down. What I think's more probably evidential is like stocks and shares market. So the Dow Jones. Oh, completely misspelt that. Let's see if Google picks up on that. When they're down, sort of massively, Bitcoin's down. So that says to me a lot of investors that are invested into stocks and shares are also into cryptocurrency as well. So 30% on Viacoin, but it was manipulated. That must have been one of the lower down coins. That was only the top 100 that I just showed. So you can see here the Dow Jones is down and cryptocurrency is down. And that's a pattern that I seem to see happening a few times now in the 4 or 5 months that I've been in cryptocurrency, when these guys are down, and they were down quite a bit the other day, and I thought, oh, Bitcoin's going to go down, and it didn't. So that contradicts what I just said, but that's a pattern that I'm seeing popping up. When these guys are down, cryptocurrency's down. So whether we like it or not, big investors are playing a big part of obviously the price of cryptocurrency. You could say, well, Glenn, they're the whales that we're talking about, I suppose. But I don't know. I think people have sort of, I don't know how to word it correctly. Like made these, these whales, if you like. People are sort of thinking of them as these almighty beings that know what the price of everything's going to be, and they make all the right moves, and they make all the right calls on price, and they know when to withdraw them, like, or as if they're sort of like mythical creatures. You could say that obviously someone with enough buying power, they could be buying Bitcoin and selling I'm talking like tons of it, putting like millions and millions of pounds into Bitcoin, or tens of millions. They could be buying that, and then they could be dumping it the next day, and that could cause a fluctuation. But I don't know. I mean, cryptocurrency is quite volatile and risky as it is. So if they have got that sort of money and they are willing to risk it on a day-to-day basis, then you let them crack on, because they've got bigger balls than I have. So it's very, I don't know. What do you guys think? I hear a lot. As soon as the price of Bitcoin goes down or cryptocurrency starts to slump, I notice a lot of YouTubers and also people in the comment section. It's all, oh, it's because of whales. They're dumping and they've sold at the perfect time. Look, they sold at this point and they bought at this point. And then oh, it's all because of FUD. I think at the minute we're not getting many new people in. I think Crypto Daily mentioned, a week or so ago, he said the actual search rate on Google for Bitcoin has plummeted. It's really gone down. So that means there's not as much interest at the minute. So there's not any new people searching to get into Bitcoin. We're sort of like, we're in our own little ecosystem, our own little bubble. Like, say there's, I don't know, like, let's say there's 10 million, is that a lot? Say there's like 10 million of us people that are daily investing in cryptocurrency in and out each day. Obviously, we want that to be 100 million at some point. But at the minute, we're contained in this little bubble, and we're buying and selling, and really, we're just playing a game with ourselves. Some days one coin will win, some days some coin will lose. But that's my thoughts on it. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's too easy to just blame some mythical person. But I don't know. I don't know. It is. There's a lot more going on than obviously we can see here, because sometimes there's no reason for it to go down, other than people wanting to take money out, profit. So I understand why it went down over Christmas. I understand why it went down in the Chinese New Year, because people want to withdraw profits, which means they need to sell their cryptocurrency for fiat money. Morning Crypto Rising. Roberts has said, get some credits, mate. Going to drive up in the next few weeks. They tested new TPS speed of 300k. This will be a major coin this year. It's at 65 cent. ICO was at 20 cent. And high 2 days ago was $1.20. Man, Hashflare rewards are a load of crap unless you plan on growing a large team. The best of bad bunch is Genesis Mining by far. That's a good point. I actually prefer Hashflare, but we'll get onto Hashflare in a second. Yeah, a WoW can hold the price at a low point by putting up a sell wall to say 10,700 Bitcoin, buy for 10,895, then he will buy. Yeah, but this is what I was saying. The value of Bitcoin at the minute is 170 billion. So you're not talking £10 million, £100 million. You're talking about 170 billion. So for someone to set up you would need either a lot of them people. So say you had someone who was investing £1 million, you would need 1 million of those people all doing the same thing at the same price to sell at the same time for it to really make a dent in the actual price. I understand what you're saying. Or you would need a billionaire to be doing that and risking his money from day to day in cryptocurrency, which if they are, then they're entitled, because they're inherently the ones that are going to push the price up, which we all gain from, and then they're also going to be the ones to push the price down. So let them crack on, I suppose. My theory is that obviously the price goes up and down with wallet use. So the more people that have wallets that actually top them up and stuff like that, the more profitable Bitcoin, or the higher the price goes, because there's less in demand. If you had like 100 pieces of, if you had 100 candles and you sell them for $1 a candle, if they started selling really quickly, the first thing you're going to think is, oh, I should put the price up to $2 because we've only got 50 left. And then as you get down to 20 left, you think, oh God, we've only got 20 left. They're still really selling. Should we do it? Should we try $3? And you could say, oh, that's a 300% gain, or 3 times gain, whatever. So that's my theory, that the amount of Bitcoin isn't going up. It's staying exactly the same. So the more people that are buying it off Coinbase and other websites, the less there is to go around, which pushes the price up. That's my theory behind it. But then saying that, I don't get why obviously there's massive big slumps when it goes down to say like 9,000. And the only thing I can think of as that is if people are withdrawing money, people panic, they think, oh, the price has just gone down to 9.9. Oh, it's going to go down to 5. I better cash out. Now, if enough people think that all at the same time, which all of us, let's admit it to ourselves, all of us are checking this website, Crypto Coin Market Cap, we're all looking at the same figure. So if this dropped down to 9,500, yeah, I would probably think, oh, I better convert my Bitcoin into whatever else is what I feel is going to hold its value. So that's my philosophy behind it. Let me know what you think, if you think I'm chatting absolute rubbish. I hope I've clearly explained that. So a few things I wanted to show you while we're here, because if you watch my videos regularly, you'll know my investments, you know what sort of things I've taken a shot on or taken a risk on. So at the minute, Z Classic up to $15. It was $13 or something this morning, and it seems to be going up. So really, I should convert all my Bitcoin into Z Classics. It seems to be on the up today. And again, this is another. Why is it up? You know, have no idea. Do you have a Blockfolio? No, I don't. The only things I really own, I'll be honest with you, is I bought some more Envying tokens. So I own about 3,500 Envying tokens now. I own Freehold Z Classics and I own Freehold Bitcoin Private. Bitcoin Private. I wonder if that's on an exchange on CoinMarketCap yet, because that was, no, it's not on there. That was being traded at Trade Satoshi, which I believe their website's down today. They did announce it, to be fair, so it isn't just their normal, you know, crashing, which I've experienced for the last week or so. What's the other one? Let's have a look at Envying. I haven't checked them this morning. I think they're at 56 cents. So it hasn't really gone up since I bought them. Hopefully that'll go back up to $1, and then I've doubled my money, but then I may also just keep the tokens, obviously, to receive the dividends, which will be coming to us soon, I'm sure. It was also because CNBC announced that President Trump's chief financial manager quit his job and the stock market dipped 20%. Yeah, so that has a inherent knock-on effect, but you know, obviously with uncertainty, people feel unconfident. So when something like that happens, people feel like, oh, what does this mean? Does this mean, you know, a new chief financial officer is going to come in and he's going to say, we don't like cryptocurrency, we're going to shut it down? You know, so there becomes uncertainty in the market. I'm not just saying cryptocurrency, but for across the whole board. Obviously, people think, right, well, I'm going to take my profit out now and see what happens. But obviously, these people who have money in that Dow Jones, they may also be thinking that for Bitcoin. So then they're selling their Bitcoin, which means those 100 candles, if I had 20 of them returned and I'm selling them at $3 and people are returning them, I'm going to think, oh, do you know what, let's put the price back down to $1. Do you see what I mean? That's more like what I feel is happening day to day. But I may be completely wrong. The reason big slump now is because of the coin dump by Mt. Gox. 35, is that meant to be 35,841 Bitcoin on the market? Yeah, so if you guys don't know, there's a news story going out that a trustee from Mt. Gox has been selling off Bitcoin for the last, I can't remember what the time frame was, but he's been regularly dumping Bitcoin sort of as he's been going along, and also Bitcoin Cash from all the Bitcoins that they've accumulated during the big Mt. Gox crash, which is very unfair. I mean, you think all those people that lost out on their money, someone else is selling their Bitcoin and making profit out of it. So I think that's a bit disgusting, really. But I don't know what the situation is with that and how they get around it. Yeah, but that, again, obviously that means that there's more Bitcoin being returned, if you like, being put back into the system, so there's more available. And unless more people create wallets and want to buy that Bitcoin, then the amount of Bitcoin obviously is accumulating, which means the price gets diluted. Obviously more people that buy Bitcoin, then the price starts to go up again. I honestly thought that we were going to see a run-up, but I have said once... I won't believe any of these technical analysis charts. I watched one the other day and it was saying, oh yeah, look, Bitcoin's set to go from 12 to 16 now because it's got past this. Until Bitcoin gets over sort of 12 and a half thousand, I won't believe that there's going to be a big run up. Because every time it gets to about 11 and a half, it slumps back down to 9, 8, 9 something. And then works its way back up again, which it's doing at the minute as we're talking live. It's gone up already to 10,133. So we'll see what that ends up like by the end of this video. Yeah, man, that's correct. Morning, how are we? Did you see the huge Binance API hack yesterday caused lots of coins to jump off a cliff? Yeah, so Binance had some attacks going on. They did post a Twitter about it, giving an update on what's happening. You have to forgive me. I can never spell Binance correctly for some reason. I swear it was them that post. Summary of phishing and attempted stealing incident on Binance. So they've posted an article about it if you want to go and read what's going on, like an update. This was a large-scale phishing and stealing attempt. So obviously, if you had funds in Binance, which I currently haven't got, obviously, naturally, you're going to think, shit, I need to withdraw all of that. So yeah, you can understand. And some of the coins that are on Binance are only on, maybe only on Binance, or people only feel trusted to use Binance to buy those coins. So again, all those coins, they are going to sort of plummet, because then again, people are returning those coins and exchanging it for something else. So then there's more of that coin available, the price goes down. And then once, obviously, Binance have say, like, right, we've got a hold on the situation, it's not happening again, blah, blah, blah. They're saying it's our highest priority, which it should be. Then obviously the market, then people will return and start buying coins again. Never use silly bots as you let yourself open for hacking via API keys. That's a whole lot of words that I don't understand. So I don't know what an API or KEX. Cool, all withdrawals were suspended. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. You guys are telling me the news more than I'm telling you. So, but we're all in it together. We're all new here. So yeah, that's really the markets. I don't think there's anything else I really need to go through. But everything's down at the minute. But everything seems to be in the last hour or so bouncing back. Stellar more so than anyone. That's at 3% within the last hour. Ethereum Classic. It's jumping back up. Obviously, they had the hard fork the other day of Callisto. Actually, I noticed, I did put in, if you follow me on that Telegram group chat, you'll see that I put in there that KuCoin, they were the first people to say, right, here's your Bitcoin private. They were only doing it for people that had Bitcoin already. They didn't support the Z Classic fork. But then they were also the first people to announce, right, here's your new Callisto for the Ethereum Classic hard fork. So I was quite impressed with them. They were the first ones, but both times. I don't know if that was just they had a good day or a good couple of days, but if that's anything to go by, then next time there's a hard fork, and if the coin is available on KuCoin and they're supporting it, then I will probably do it through KuCoin. But knowing my luck, the time that I go to do it through KuCoin, they won't be so hot on it. How was the Tron research going? So I was looking into Tron yesterday. No, is it yesterday or the day before? And a couple of things I got from it. Obviously, the white paper and a lot of other articles that have come out are actually all in Chinese, and they're being translated by volunteers into English. So some of the translation hasn't come across very well, and also they're missing out sort of key points, which is frustrating people. They seem to be a Web 4.0. So at the minute we're on Web 3.0. They're going to be the next level of internet. And then it was going on about a trading platform and being a currency. So I was thinking, God, Tron seems to be promising to be everything to everyone. I don't know. I don't understand how they're achieving that, but that's very limited research that I've done so far. So my overall feeling of Tron is it's very ambitious. But whether they can pull off, the trouble with trying to do too many things all at once is one of those is not going to work, and then it makes the whole company and the whole project seem shit. Bloody hell, Icon ICO at $2.68. I paid over $9 each in January. Grr, maybe worth buying some if you can get it at that price. Icon, let's have a little look at Icon. It's quite good doing live videos at different times of day because I get different people join the conversation. Like I noticed Raw, you don't normally join the conversation when it is late at night for me, so you're probably asleep at that time. So we're doing one during the day. I get different people join, and if I leave it like another 4 or 5 hours, which for me will be sort of off like 2, 3 o'clock, I'll get completely different people from like further afield join the live chat. So it's quite interesting. I prefer VeChain. So Icon is currently at $3.05, so it's jumped up a bit since you last checked. Let's have a look in the last 7 days. So the last 7 days, it's generally been around the $3.5 mark. It had a slump down to $2.70 at one point, and now it's sort of on its way back up. Let's have a look at the last 3 months. So its all-time high was, and you bought it at $9. Sorry to hear that. I'm not around too often. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I don't actually know what Icon is. I haven't looked into Icon, but yeah, it seems like you've bought it at an all-time high, Raw, and now it's sort of stagnating. As that's the story with a lot of cryptocurrencies, they've sort of stagnated. I prefer VeChain over Tron right now. VeChain. Have I completely misspelt that? Apparently so. No, I'll spell it how you spell it. VeChain. Why is that not coming up? I know it's quite high up the list. Oh, VeChain. Damn it. My spelling let me down again. $4.23 VeChain. Oh, that's all over the place, isn't it? So that's sort of at $4 at the moment. Let's have a look in the last 1 month. So it's really all over the place. It goes all the way up to sort of $7, and then generally hovers around the. You're looking here, generally hovering around $4 mark. So currently it's at, and I say $4.80 that is. So you could, I reckon that's, well, I don't know. I don't want to say because I don't even know what it does, to be honest. Excellent coin, but recently rebranded and hasn't had any kick from it as of yet. There's so many projects on here, and this is what I was trying to say. It's so hard to keep up with all of them. Now, I probably know, like, if I'm being honest, if I actually was to say, okay, how many of the white papers or projects have I actually read through, understood, and I get it, there's probably maybe 10 to 15. Well, obviously, there's 1,500 coins, so there's obviously 100 times that I have no idea what they are. So a lot of people they get really into one thing. Like I know Crypto Rising, I know he really likes Tron, so he's always talking about Tron. Whereas I've never really looked into it, and obviously he's asked me to look into it. Whereas someone else, you know, as we just saw then, Leonard prefers VeChain, so that he may know a lot about that one. But you know, it's so hard to actually know a lot, and obviously when I've got, say, 100 of you all talking to me, all saying, what about this, what about this, what about this? Whereas if it was me the other way round, if it was one of you and I was saying, what about this coin, you'd say, well, I've never heard of it. So I really like Waves. Waves is pretty cool. But yeah, they're all down at the minute, but they're all bouncing back up. Icon is on the up actually quite a bit, so maybe that's one to buy for today. The good thing is, with the dips like this, if you want to make a quick profit, normally days like today are the best times. You know, look for ones that are like really down. So like say IOTA's down almost 9%, although they've had a bit of bad press actually, so I probably wouldn't touch them. If we look at Walton Chain's down 15%, and again, I think they've had a bit bad press. But if you wanted to put, say, $100 into that, and that goes up 10% or whatever, you know, that's a good way of making some profit within a short period of time, within a 24-hour space period. But anyway, that's enough for the markets. I think I've talked about that. Getting heaps loads of Cardano later as it's on sale. Awesome at Roberts. Leo, expect to dive shortly on the price. VeChain will be great buy even now. I believe in Car Vertical. It's a nice project and it's a very low price point at the mo. Thank you for joining the conversation, Ollie. Let's have a little look. What did you say it was? Car Vertical. There it is. Yeah, so it's not even half a cent. And that's really sort of been consistent. That's of all time. Well, how long's it been out? I don't know how long it's been out, actually. Since 5th February. Yeah, about the 5th February, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, 23rd of January, sorry. But if anything, it's gone, it went up, 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 and then it's just slowly dwindled down. So unless that has a massive spike at some point, I wouldn't invest in it for profit opportunity. But if you believe in the project, and this is what I was trying to say, I've said this before. If you're just looking at making quick profits, yeah, you don't even need to know. You don't even need to know what some of these projects are. You may want to know if it's like if they've had bad press, but if in the last 24 hours Wax, which I think is a good project, that's down 11%, but it's bouncing back now, so you could put money in that and you could make a profit and turn it over. You don't need to understand what Wax is. You can just do it based on some of these numbers. Now, that's not guaranteed. You could buy one of these, and just because this hour it's up, next hour it could be down, 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 down. And then you'll think, fuck, I've lost loads of money. But you're literally betting on red or green, same as red and black in the casino when you're trying to play like that. So the best thing to do is actually pick projects that you really like. Like Ollie just said, I really like Car Vertical, really nice project. He's probably going to put, you know, I don't know, a certain amount of money on there and leave it for a long period of time. And he'll be happy with that investment. He'll be emotionally attached to it because it's something he believes in. And when it does become good, he's going to feel, you know, yeah, I knew this would happen one day. He's going to feel better about himself. ICOs is where the multipliers are, guys. I don't know. The last couple of ICOs that I've monitored haven't done very well at all. So I don't know if that's going to be a trend going forward. ICOs don't seem as profitable at the moment. VeChain and Multichain are sibling projects. I was swing trading Nano yesterday, but I didn't hold any. I switched out to Litecoin. Love a bit of Litecoin. CV, great project, cheap as chips. Leonard says, got to have faith in the project and the problem they're going to sort out in the real world. That's true, good advice. Ollie says, Car Vertical is a long term, at least in my opinion. So that's what, he's just confirmed what I said. You know, if you believe in a project, you're buying it not for how much it's worth each day. You're buying it for what they could achieve later down the line. Leo, get some credits. Roberts is straight on that credits. He loves a bit of credits. Yeah, what is credits? Let's have a look. Credits. Problem. Creation and performance of financial products on the basis of blockchains and smart contracts, quick transactions. The creation of decentralized sector of financial services based on participation. It sounds shit, if I'm being honest. And judging by these graphs, unless you're going to pump and dump it, it looks pretty shit as well. So I'll be staying clear of that one. Will you have a serious peak after a cup? Will you have a serious peak at this after a cup of tea? What are you talking about? Credits? Right, so that was the markets. I wanted to talk about Hashflare quickly because they have today put out Women's Day 10% discount. And they also put it out on their Twitter saying happy Women's Day. I didn't know Women's Day was a thing until Google told me. I think they've got a thing up about Women's Day. But anyway, Hashflare are doing 10% discount. So if you use this promo code here, you get 10% off, and that's off the price of the reduced prices that they have at the moment. I've noticed that their thing's gone back in stock as opposed to limited stock they had on SHA-256. So obviously they've got either more power or less people have been buying it. So they're back in stock now fully. What was the other one they sold out of? This X11 algorithm out of stock. So yeah, that's $1.80 plus you get 10% off that. But that was already, they already had a 10% discount that ran all the way up until this one started. So it's just like a continuation of their 10% off. I don't know why they don't just lower the price by 10% or something like that. Because what's happened in the last few days, I was having a look at my Hashflare account, which, you know, people always ask me, Glenn, can we have an update on your Hashflare? It's really slowed down, especially in the last couple of, definitely the last few days, but in the last couple of weeks, obviously, I've noticed that it's sort of the amount I'm getting is slumping. So if I show you my history, I've been signed out. Because obviously the difficulty is going up and the price of Bitcoin is obviously fluctuating so much, the amount of Bitcoin that I'm receiving each day has dramatically dropped, and I'll show you that as soon as I log in. The joys of doing live content for you guys. At least you know I'm being legit and I'm not like sugarcoating things. Ripple doesn't need Coinbase. Coinbase needs Ripple. Ripple has so many partnerships with big businesses and banks. Oh my god, Hashflare, have a serious peek at this. Difficulty is going up again. Yeah, the difficulty tends to keep increasing. I'll show you a graph of the difficulty in a second. But if I go to my history, obviously when I first, let's go back a little while back. You can see here that I was getting 0.002 of a Bitcoin generally a day. But then obviously they take their cut out, 0.0086. So that left me with, you know, that would leave me with 0.0012 or some, I don't know, something like that. Or was it that much? Might not be that much actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it would leave me with that much. But now I'm getting, I'm only getting 0.016, and then they're taking 66. So that's leaving me, that left me with just under like 0.0009 something. So I'm not even getting like a 1% of a Bitcoin per day anymore. Is that right? I think maybe maybe 0.01%. So this tomorrow that will be 0.0, and I'll be lucky if that's 3039 or something like that. So this got me thinking, why has it dropped down so much? Obviously, the price of Bitcoin goes up, down. So I've come over to this website here, which is Bitcoin Wisdom. I think I used this website before, but they let me down, I remember. So take what they say here with a pinch of salt. But you can see the difficulty here, obviously, generally goes up once every 2 weeks. That's why the graph looks like this. because it stays the same for the whole 2 weeks, then it just jumps up one day, and then it stays the same for 2 weeks, then it jumps up. So you can see here that we had quite a big increase. This one was quite a small incremental increase, but we had a large increase on the 5th of March, which obviously was only 3 days ago, which coincides with how much Bitcoin I'm receiving. Because about 3 days ago, I noticed that it really slumped. So that is disappointing, but this is the trouble with mining, full stop, not just cloud mining. Even if you add hardware, you're going to have the same issue. So you spend 1,500 on one set of a rig, if you like. The difficulty keeps going down, or ASIC miners, the difficulty keeps going up, so the amount of Bitcoin you're receiving each day goes down. So it's all well and good looking at, and this is what a lot of people do on YouTube now, and people are still using this. Actually, I don't blame them, 'cause that's what everyone else does, so you copy what you see, didn't you? I did. All my first videos I was using this, but they're basically using this calculator here, and they're just looking at these figures, and they're going, oh, a yearly I should be earning 459. Yeah, I haven't put anything in there, that's just what it's come up with. Yeah, I should be earning that a year, but it's not. You've got the difficulty over those months is going to go up and up and up and up and up and up, and that's going to go down and down and down and down. So that is more likely over the course of a year going to end up being more like 200, 250. So yeah, it's been a real big eye opener for me, which makes me feel like I'm glad I did the cloud mining. I'm glad I did the hash mining, because originally I was going to have an Antminer S9. With those, you can't really upgrade them. What you get in the box is what you're stuck with until you buy another one, and then another one, and another. That's the only way you can really increase your power input. But obviously with that, I'd still be paying the same, if not more, because generally electricity costs tend to go up all the time. So over the course of a year, you're going to pay more pence per electricity than you are at the beginning. So then your profit margins become even smaller, and you've been paying a higher amount of electricity every month, which is real money. Like with Hashflare, obviously I put that money in at the beginning, and that's it. I've not thought about it since. I'm just waiting to receive money. Whereas if you are mining at home with an ASIC miner, I currently pay about £50 a month for all of our electricity costs in this whole house. If I had an ASIC miner and it went up to say £110 a month, that's real money that I'm going to notice coming out of my pocket every month. And if the amount of Bitcoin that I'm accumulating went down and down and down, I think, God, it would have just been a lot cheaper and a lot easier to obviously just buy and hold on to a Bitcoin. But again, saying that, this is where obviously I'm conflicting my story. I personally have been happy with Hashflare. I have received more Bitcoin from Hashflare than I would have just buying. And I know a lot of you are going to jump on and say, yeah, but that's because you've had the referral link that you've got down below. And that is true. I've had referral links and I got it at a good price. I got in there when it was $1.50 per 10 gigahash. It's now $1.80. The difficulty was a lot lower, and also the price of Bitcoin was really high. So, in terms of US dollars worth, it was a lot more. So I feel like I got in at Hashflare at a really good time. So I'm really happy with Hashflare. I'm happy with my personal investment. But what I would say to anyone watching this now, would I get into Hashflare right now? Probably not. I would probably say just buy Bitcoin and hold on to it. Unless the difficulty drops, the Bitcoin price goes up, then you will be receiving more Bitcoin. But currently, right now, I have to be honest to you guys, which I've always said I'll do from the beginning, from the get-go. I said I'll always be honest, whether it affects me or not. And I would say don't buy cloud mining at the moment. And that's not just Hashflare, that's any of them. Because it's not if the difficulty does just keep going up and up and up, cloud mining and mining in general becomes unsustainable unless you keep reinvesting. Unless you can keep reinvesting, like really, I should buy more Terahash. because soon it's going to get to a point where I'm starting to receive 0.0009 of a Bitcoin. Soon, when the difficulty goes up again, I'll be receiving 0.00, you know, 0.6, 5, 4, 2, 1, and then it's like, then I'm getting pence, you know, a day. And then obviously eventually they'll just shut the contract down and say it's not profitable no more. The only reason that mine's lasted so long is because I kept reinvesting. So my original 11 terahash that I bought, I increased to 21 terahash. So if I kept reinvesting, then yeah, I would still be receiving a healthy amount per day. But at some point you've got to take funds, and when you do, that's when they will start dropping. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know what you feel like. Even with the 10% discount, I don't feel that Hashflare is that profitable at this point in time. Not with that difficulty increase that's gone up 3 days ago. I don't know how much percentage it went up by. It says here 9.42%. The one before that was 4%, then it was 10, 16, 15, 3. See, then there, this is when I joined. I joined in Hashflare around this time. So I had a whole month of low difficulty. And then obviously it jumped up. Well, it stayed the same. You know, so you can see here, I joined in at a good time. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch my first videos where I put, I've just joined Hashflare or something like that. You'll see that it was around mid-November that I got in at a really good time. That's me personally, but today you'll be joining at this time. And right now I don't feel that it would be profitable to do so. Careful with Hashflare. I bought 1.2 terahashes, and after pool fees and maintenance, there are no pool fees with Hashflare. Just putting that out there, sorry. And maintenance, I will lose money at the current rate of BTC. I bought 1.2 terahash for $256, and I will lose by the end of the year. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think with these big current difficulty increases and the price of Bitcoin going down, I don't feel we're going to get our money back. So just bear that in mind when making bit risky, but so far so good. I prefer to keep flipping ICOs for savage returns. We've obviously got a Superman fan in here because I think he calls these savage returns or something like that. Yeah, so that's my view on Hashflare. I hope that hasn't pissed some of you off and upset some of you. I just feel that at the moment it's not as good as when I joined in. And that's not that I'm like bragging, like, yes, I got in at the best time. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't know whether to trust it. I didn't know whether to get involved. I didn't even know about difficulty. And people were commenting in the comments section and writing to me, Glenn, what about difficulty? You're not taking that into account. I'm like, well, I don't know. How do I work out difficulty? You know, I was really not knowledgeable at all. Now I know to check for it and what to look for and why the price of it goes up and down. The only thing I do like with mining is that it's all very mathematical. It's all you can tell why. There's a reason why that it went up 9% this month, and that's because the amount of terahashes that are available in the system. So I remember when Bitmain were all sold out of their S9s. I don't know if they are now, but they were promising that they were delivering them at the end of February, March time. Obviously, we're at the beginning of March, so you can see here massive amounts of terahashes were going into the system, and now it's starting to slow off a bit. So whether that has something to do with it, and as Bitcoin becomes not as profitable, people are going to switch their mining from Bitcoin to something else. That means less terahashes in the system for Bitcoin, which means the difficulty will drop again. Now, when that happens, so when we get some more reds like this, or some very low increases, all of a sudden, and if that's joined by the price of Bitcoin going up, then it will be profitable for another 2 weeks, a month, or maybe a bit longer. But then obviously everyone will think the same thing, and everyone will join back into Bitcoin, increasing the terahash rate, and then inherently increasing the difficulty rating, which means the month after it will slump back down again. But at least you can understand why. You know, when you're looking at day trading on here, sometimes I think, well, why has that jumped up? And someone messaged me on YouTube actually, saying, "Oh, the Donald Trump coin's going to get a big pump today," and or it might be just Trump coin or something like that. I can't remember what coin it was. And I was thinking, yeah, but why? Why have they chose that coin? Obviously it hasn't, but why choose? And that's what I don't get. There's no logic behind it. So I don't know. So that's my view on the markets. Hashflare. We've talked about the difficulty increases, so I hope you guys are happy with that. Obviously, with all my videos, because a lot of people have found me through the Envian videos that I've done, inherently every time normally I do a video, people say to me, "Glenn, what's going on with Envian? What's going on with Envian?" But none of you have said that actually, so I've actually contradicted myself yet again. Glenn, seriously, credits. Check out Superman's review of 2018, best crypto, blah, 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 when you get a chance. Yeah, Superman's... I haven't watched his videos recently with his ICO reviews. Not that they're no good. I think he provides a really good service, actually. He's educating a lot of people about a lot of different coins. There's no way I could keep up with that level of knowledge that he provides. So I think he does a really good job. So thumbs up to Superman. But he gets really excited about certain ICOs, and I remember them talking about Walton Chain at one point, and I remember him banging on about, oh, Walton Chain, oh, it's so good, so good, so good. And I've seen a few bad press things about Walton Chain. I think, actually, the more I hear about Walton Chain, the more I think it's a scam. So when you watch his videos, I know obviously he says it himself, do your own research and everything like that. You have to get your own gut feeling. You can't just take what he says. If he says this is the best ICO ever, it's going to get 100 times gains and all that, there's a lot of the times if you look at his old videos and actually compare them, that he might not be right. So I feel like I'm being negative towards him, but it's not just him. All of them. There's a lot. If you go onto YouTube, sorry, it makes it sound like I'm attacking Superman, but I'm not. I'm really not, because I think he provides a good service. If you actually go to new ICOs 2018, yeah. Right, let's just search new ICOs. Top 3 altcoins. Top 5 ICOs. 3 ICOs to watch. ICOs in February. Top ICO. And they're all talking about different ones. If there was like 10 YouTubers all saying, oh my God, this is so good, this is going to be the new Bitcoin, then I'd be like, oh, do you know what? A lot of people are talking about this, I better pay attention. They're all talking about different things. This guy's talking about Spectre, B, Inc, Token Pay. This one's got CoinCrunch. Oh no, that's the name of his channel. But you see what I mean. NEX. This guy's got a load of different ones here. But they're all talking about different ones. And how do you know which one's the right one? Oh look, my video pops up. Is cash still king and the new ICO on the horizon? So yeah, I've invested in a new ICO. My own videos in there. So, you know, I talk about ICOs that I personally like. So I just say, look guys, I like this. Let me know what you think. You know, I've invested in 2 ICOs. One was Envian, which obviously hasn't done that well, and I try to keep you guys as honest as possible, and I try and update you with what's happening with it. Obviously, we saw that Envian's at 56 cent or something, but I'm hoping that with the profits that they're gaining from the mining, they're going to be able to keep up with the scalability issue. Now, me at home with just one rig, I'm not going to be able to keep up with that. I can't keep up with the difficulty mining. Unless I had an infinite amount of money supply, but then I wouldn't need to mine because I'm doing it to make money. But I believe Envian will have enough capital behind them to keep up in the amount of MMUs that are out there, and they're going to be mining coins that, you know, maybe their difficulty didn't increase that day and stuff like that. So I feel that that is still the best form of cloud mining full stop at the minute, Envian. But again, obviously, I need to wait until obviously they start paying us out properly. and then keeping a record of what they pass and over how long. But with a lot of these, YouTube channels talking about ICOs, there's so many of them, and they're all talking about different coins. And sometimes I think they're just doing it just for the, well, I know that they're doing it just for the views. I said in one of my earlier videos, I said if I do a video and I put the word ICO in it, thousands of views. Thousands of views I get. It's either Hashflare or ICO. They're the ones that, if I go to my channel. Oh, just quickly, while we're on my channel, we're at 991 subscribers. Get in, 9 more, and we've hit the 1,000. So thank you very much to all the new subscribers, and an even bigger thank you to all the ones that have been with me from the beginning. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But if I just show you my videos, and this is, I'm not showing off or anything like that. It's just I want to show you guys so that your mind is open to what's going on. Let's do most popular. So these are in order of my most viewed and most popular videos. Hashflare, Hashflare, ICO, ICO, Envying, Hashflare, ICO. Do you see what I mean? ICO, Envying, 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 Hashflare, Envying. So you can see a pattern emerging. And obviously, if, say, someone like Superman, who just predominantly does ICOs, he's going to receive a high amount of viewers. But to maintain that, you can't just talk about one ICO one day. He has to carry that on now. So now you're going to see that he will do a review on ICOs every day. Because that's what's getting him views, that's what's getting him subscribers. Obviously his business model was to sell his Udemy courses, which obviously he promotes in every video. So if I click on, I mean this one he's talking about the markets, but let's say we click on one of his videos, there you go, new course that he's selling. And again, I'm not just attacking him, it looks like he's lost weight actually. I haven't watched his videos for a couple of weeks. But just be wary of what you see on YouTube, because if I wanted to just create a channel for views, I would be posting loads of thumbnails with me going, check out this new ICO, and just bigging it up. Oh guys, this is a really good ICO. Have you ever heard of Trump coin, or stuff like that? Because they generate views, and you're on a platform which is predominantly run by views, and you're providing those views. How do they get them views? They put the word ICO in their title. So just be careful. Don't just jump in, but this Roberts put in, the reason I went on that massive tangent, Roberts put, with credits, it's a new, I don't know, seriously Glenn, credits, check out Superman's review of the next big blockchain cryptocurrencies. Give it a week, he'll have another one, another top 5 ICOs this week, and you'll be saying the same with them, and then you're always behind. So just really, you want to look for projects that you like. If you think, right, I really, you might be in the health sector, and you might say, oh, I really like Health Chain, or something like that. I'm going to invest in that because I can see a potential in that. Or you might be interested in video games and invest in Wax, or stuff like that. I think it's best to find a project that you generally are excited about. That's my personal opinion. Do with it what you want. It's not financial advice. Careful because of paid reviews. That's another thing. Not just Superman, but any YouTuber out there. I always feel like me mentioning Envying so much, people get the wrong idea and they'll think that I'm being sponsored or paid by Envying, which I'm not. I wish I was, because then I might have earned some money from these videos. But no, I don't get anything. I don't even get the YouTube advert money, so I literally get nothing for doing these videos. You can't mine BTC with a home computer and GPUs. No, but I meant like an ASIC miner, an S9. But obviously, if you owned an S9, you can't really upgrade it. You can't up the power unless you just buy another one. So therefore, your investment just keeps going up and up and up and up, along with the difficulty. You have to mine other coins that pay better than, and then sell for Bitcoin. Yes, that's right. So a lot of people use a software called NiceHash. They they will mine using your GPU power whatever coin is most profitable at that hour or that day, and then convert it into Bitcoin or whatever for you. That tends to be the most profitable way of mining because there's so many goddamn coins out there now. Or is it says I might break even or even double money. Talking about Hashflare. You should contact them. They might throw a few coins. Who's that? Envying? I doubt it. A lot of my videos have been negative towards Envying, so I doubt they'd want to pay for that material. So I think that's everything. I've told you about Envying, Hashflare. We've talked about the markets. Is there anything else you guys want me to look at? Because I have got a good couple of hours to myself. What should I do this morning? So yeah, that's my thoughts on Hashflare, Envying. I'm hoping they bring out some updates soon. We haven't had one. Literally, I think I cut off before I even talked about Envying earlier. So they put on here that oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. The last thing they put was CoinMarketCap ranking is supposed to be displayed within the next 24 hours. That was on March the 6th, that was 2 days ago. Which that was exciting, I suppose. Maybe I'm being greedy. But I was hoping they'd keep updating us with the build of the MMU units. But I suppose if nothing's happened with them, then it's hard to give an update on it. What about Coinbase's index fund? I did a video the other day announcing the index fund. It's not something that I think is really going to affect us in the cryptocurrency world. It's more for investors who want to invest in. From my understanding, it's for investors that can't invest into cryptocurrency directly, but with an index fund, they can say, right, okay, I want to invest in Coinbase, but predominantly they're Bitcoin sales or something like that. So they're indirectly investing in cryptocurrency in a regulated space. I think that's the thought behind it. So how is Envying compared to Ethos? Announced on CNBC. What do you mean, Travis? I don't get what you mean. How is Envying compared to Ethos? Ethos is a new type of blockchain. I don't think it's anything to do with mining. Whew, had a massive spike. And then it slumped down. And it's had a massive spike, and it slumped down again. Go read up on Icon. Yeah, this is... You can get up to speed and have a video about where it is now. Everyone says to me, Glenn, can you go and please research this? And people in the Telegram group chat are always saying, Glenn, in your video today, can you mention this? Can you talk about that? Can you bring up this? Have you looked into this yet? It is very difficult, and I try and... I was requested to look into Tron the other day, and I tried my best to do a bit of research into Tron. And now obviously you're asking me to look into Icon. What I did want to do is I would like to do, I wouldn't do them in the live format like I'm doing now. I would do like set videos of me talking about each coin, going through the top 100, so like literally, and I would like to make them only sort of like, I don't know, like under 10 minutes long. Like just a brief overview, right? Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Cardano, and Cardano is this, this, and this, and this is the good and the bad side of it, and this is, you know, and I'd like to do a video on every single coin. That means I need to make and edit 100 videos, which will be an absolute balls ache. But I feel like it'll really educate me quickly, because that will it will force me to research into each coin as I do the videos. Plus, obviously, I think it would generate a lot of views, because a lot of people are like, oh, what is Request Network? And generally, you're going to be led to sort of Superman's videos, which, again, no issue with that, because he talks about a lot of these when they were at the ICO stage. But I was thinking that's for me, because I'm educating myself, and secondly, that may help someone else. But I don't know, what do you guys think? It'll take me ages to do it. like the use cases. How many MMUs do they have now? I don't know. The last thing they put a picture or video out of them making 2 or 3 of them, and then they posted another one with another 2 or 3. So I'm going to guess and say 5. Plus they had 2 originally, so maybe 7. But I think the reason they're taking longer with these ones is that they're the first ones. So they've made one themselves using their technicians and engineers, and they obviously took a long time to perfect it and stuff like that. But then when you go to a load of people, say, right, see this MMU unit, can you make this times 1,000? And they're going to go, right, well, how did you do that? How did you do this? And they're going to say, right, okay, this is what you want to do. Here's the frame, there's the sides, then you put the holes. It has to be this centimetres across and this millimetres down, and they have to be perfect in place. Then you put this in, you know, and they teach them how to make the first couple. Then once the guys are like, oh, okay, yeah, we get it and we understand it, and yeah, they fit together, yeah, right, okay, all right, let's do it. And then they make the 1,000. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping's happening. It's only for hedge fund managers. You have to be an accredited investor with big money. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. A lot of these hedge fund investors, they are not allowed to dump a lot of money into cryptocurrency because it's too risky, and obviously you're playing with other people's money. So normally you need to get a consensus. From what my understanding of it, you need to get a consensus approval to say, oh, should we invest in cryptocurrency? And they all have to say yes, and then they can put some money into it. Whereas this index fund through Coinbase is you're investing in a cryptocurrency company without having the big risk, because generally Coinbase is just generating more and more money all the time. So it's less risky. Whereas obviously if you invest in Bitcoin directly, it's up, down, up, down. Hi Glenn Sapnin. You're right, Slick Ofo. We've got Quintana. Continue chugging along and preserve, and you will get there. Financial independence someday. We will continue to support you. Thank you. Very nice words. I've had a lot of support. I've been saying a lot recently that I've got the best community, and I know a lot of YouTubers probably say that, but I feel like I genuinely have got one of the best communities, because you've all joined me at a time when I don't know much, and it's very hard to actually sit in front of a video. You know, if someone said, Glenn, talk about Final Fantasy VII for 10 minutes, I'd be like, oh, I'd probably need 3 hours. You know, but when you do a video and you have to pretty much say, I don't actually know what I'm talking about, and I don't actually know what I'm doing, and you get a load of comments, oh, you're doing it the wrong way, it gets quite disheartening, and I haven't had that from you guys. I thought I'd get a load of people saying, oh, you're a dick, mate, you don't even know how to use GDAX, ha ha ha, what a prick. It's just been all people saying, you know, all you, as you guys know, you're always in the group chat. Hey Glenn, love your videos. Glenn, have you tried this? Look into this. Try and make some money that way. Blah blah blah. Yuffie. Yeah, I remember going around the same forest over and over again trying to get Yuffie, and then one time I lost her, and I was like, no! But then luckily I got her back. I actually completed Final. Don't get me started on Final Fantasy. That otherwise we'll be here for ages. I've completed Final Fantasy VII probably, I'm going to say 20 times, but I've done like a speed run. I've done, you know, several max out videos. I've done completions. I've done loads. How was my prediction on Monero on live stream a few days ago? 350 to 360. Let's have a little look. Monero 322. No, you were right actually. Monero did go up to, it was hovering around 350, 360. You're spot on there, so well done. Obviously because of that hard fork. I can't remember when it's happening actually, or has it happened? I can't remember the date that it was going to happen. If it has happened, then obviously it will slump in price for a bit. But yeah, Monero, I really like Monero, and I've actually got a mining Monero contract with Genesis Mining, but it's such a small amount that I don't think I'm ever going to receive a payout from them, to be honest. That's a huge undertaking. Stick to one a day and start from the top. Yeah, that's what I meant, Raw. I was going to do a video each day, like saying, hey, this is... And I was going to start, obviously, with number 1 first, Bitcoin, because I know the most about the top 5, so that will give me 5 days worth of practice of doing the videos. And then when I start getting into coins that I'm not so confident with, like Neo, Cardano, Stellar, I must admit I don't know anything about them 3. I know a few news articles that have come out about them, but the actual underlying tech I don't understand yet. So I was thinking that would force me to do a lot of research into the top 100 coins, but one at a time. So I'd spend the morning and the day researching that coin, then I would get all my research put together, and then I would do it. Hey, this is Stellar and da 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 da. And then obviously there may be things I get wrong, but I'll do it from my point of view. Is that in line with their roadmap? Sorry, Crypto Rising. What were you talking about there? Because I've lost a train of thought here. Hey, it's bright in the background. We can see you. Good. LOL. Yeah, it's nice to do a video during the day. I'm actually sitting in front of a window, so that's why I look sort of nice and bright, I suppose. Whereas normally I'm in the conservatory, which you can see behind me. Normally I shut the curtains as well when I'm in there, and obviously it's pitch black outside, so I'm using like just literally a shit light. But I'm actually setting up the shed, and I want to get a nice like ring light and all the typical crap that you see YouTubers with, and do it all in there. And I could be as loud as I want. I could do videos till 2 in the morning, not have to worry about waking anyone up. Get a few hours down the man cave. Yeah. I'm big into my retro games. Yeah, I know. I saw your pictures the other day. I'm big into retro games, man. Need to do some retro live streaming from the Glen Cave. I would love to do that. I was actually looking into how to, with my live videos, into this OBS software. Oh, it probably won't come up while I'm doing it. As well as being new to cryptocurrency, I'm fairly new to YouTube as well. So I'm trying to learn. So when people say to me, have you looked into Tron yet? I spent a whole day yesterday playing with this OBS software, and I figured out how to include a border around my video here, and I could have the name BitGlen underneath it, and then I included some images down here that said follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I was just playing about with them. Now that takes hours. I spent hours on the computer. Now if someone come up to me and said, what have you looked into today? I'd be like, well, OBS. There's nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but I'm new to this and new to cryptocurrency, so I'm trying to learn the two together in a very short period of time. So I apologise if I'm not as hot on it as maybe some of the others. Generally, before hard fork, coins go moon, and after hard fork, it will dump once people get the extra coin. Yep, that's been the case with the 2 hard forks that I've been witness and part of now. So that's Ethereum Classic and obviously Zed Classic. I wonder how much. Let's have a look to see if Trade Satoshi is up and running yet. No. They did post a tweet, to be honest, earlier saying that they're going to be down for maintenance for the next, I think they said 5 or 6 hours or something. So they're not going to be available most of the day. But I've got one whole Bitcoin private in there, and I'm hoping Bitcoin private does go up in value. And obviously, if they hit Binance and Bittrex and all those sort of things, I'm hoping for sort of a $300 coin. And to me, that I'd be over the moon with that. It's really hard at the moment to put a price or finger on it, because when they first came out it was available on KuCoin for people that had the Bitcoin. It was selling for $800 at the beginning. Then it went down to like 500. Then it went down to 300. Then people were saying it went down to 100. But then last time I checked, it was at 275. I think in my video the other day. Through KuCoin, but they were only a very limited amount of people, so it's hard to say what the consensus is over like millions of people. And then obviously Trade Satoshi had it on there, and they just had a flat fee. It started off at like 0.001 of a Bitcoin, I think it was, or something like that, which equated to about $100. But then the site kept crashing and there wasn't any volume, so obviously something wasn't right, and now their website's down. So there's still, to this day, no indication of what Bitcoin price at private is worth. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I like Monero, but the fact that Monero has infinite supply makes me feel a bit bearish on Monero. But the actual underlying technology, or the script of Monero, is so good. I don't really care. You would use it as a obviously a privacy coin. It says here that circulating supply. Let's have a little look at Monero. Circulating supply is 15 million, but normally it says here total supply. So I don't know if that's, like you say, because it's infinite. I don't know. But that Monero 5, that's not, I don't think that's the official Monero development team. They're just, I think we're going to see this a lot. I think now that we've got these sort of brand names out there, like a lot of us know what Monero is. Like I'm sure we'll see a Neo Cash, a Neo Plus, a Neo something or other, because Neo's becoming more and more popular, more people have heard of it. I'm sure we'll see another Tether, because it's quite easy to copy their business plan. We're going to see these forks, and rather than people being original and trying to fork it and come up with a new brand, they're just going to copy that blockchain's name and put something at the end of it. And that's what I feel is happening with Monero. As far as I'm aware, it's not the official Monero team that are behind it. It's a new team, and they're just calling it Monero V because obviously everyone's heard of Monero. And they're saying it could even be a scam coin. So just be careful with that. Electroneum is good buy at 0.056. Next prediction will go to 0.1 within 2 weeks. Well, you was first the right time, Huey, so let's have a little look. What one did you say? Electro. So it had a big pump. It did go to 0.22 at one point. That was their all-time high. But generally, it's been under the 0.08, and now it's at 0.56. That is a very good shout. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What is this? I don't know nothing about the project. But if you look at this chart, you would have to say that at some point as well, because it's gone up to that 0.1, fairly regularly, especially in the last month, you'd have to say that statistically it's probably going to go back up there again, or at least 0.08. I can see it being there again very shortly, and it could get up to that. So that's a good shout. That is a good shout. Some good financial advice there by Jay Huey. Are you in the Telegram group chat? Because I need more of you. People that give me good price predictions. So that's it really, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. We need 9 more subscribers. So if you know any friends or family that would like to watch, just a normal guy. I'm a normal dad, husband, friend, son. I'm not a. I'm not an online marketer. I'm not a. I'm not a tech guru. I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. I've never tried to be. I've never claimed to be. I'm just a normal guy, just trying to make my way through cryptocurrency and try and make some money along the way. If you know anyone that would like to follow that journey, please get them to subscribe to me within the next day or two so I can get to 1,000 subscribers. Yes. Oh, and then I need to go and reply. I replied up to everyone's YouTube comments up to David's one here. So I've only got a few to reply to. Obviously, I can recognise some of you are in this chat now. I love this video. Fcoin made me chuckle. Yeah, so if you guys weren't in my video the other day, we swore quite a lot, so I did apologise a couple of times. There's a coin called Fuckcoin, and it's designed so that you can give people a fuck. That was quite funny, actually. It actually made me want to invest in it because it made me laugh so much. And anything that makes me laugh is worth my money. I have 3 accounts going to subscribe with other accounts too. Yes! Get in the subscribers. Thanks for that. Likely spam. Let's have a little look at my spam folder because I know you guys like that. Hello, bro. Good video. I just found this web and registered it. We've got 135 gigahashes for mining BTC. What do you think? I think it's a scam. A huge pump is about to go down. Take a look at Donald Pump Crypto Telegram channel. You can search for it in the Telegram group. I don't know if he's trying to help me or if it's just to encourage me to be part of a pump. So I'm going to delete that one. A giant pump is about... Right, this is a typical giveaway. So you just saw my thought process then. I thought, oh, this guy could be genuinely trying to give me some advice. But no. Another person said word for word the same thing, which means that that person has copy and pasted that text, used several different accounts to paste it in my comment section. So obviously, scam. Bitcoin mining, earn up to delete. Double your Bitcoin in 24 hours, delete. My free BTC... delete. Hi Glenn, would you access a trading robot? Look at my video. Have a great day and let's connect. Could be genuine. Super site, Hashflare. Delete. If you've watched this for a whole hour like I did, then use my referral. I'm going to delete because it would be unfair on the other people that have put their referral links in there. Let's check out this guy, Jeremy Rush, 1 day ago. If this is a genuine video.
Trading cryptocurrencies. It's not as easy as it looks. You need to buy on the lows and sell on the highs.
A great cryptocurrency trading bot is a must if you want to make tons of money on cryptocurrency. With many traders relying on trading bots, blah, 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 blah. So obviously he's trying to sell, but he's got 4,500 subscribers. He's done quite a few videos as well. No, he hasn't. He's done... Oh, no, he has. How internet is changing the way we make money. This guy's serious. How to become a successful internet marketer. What do you guys think? I'll let the comment section choose this one. Is this guy scamming? Or is he a genuine YouTuber
making money through
that's commented on my videos? What do you think? Where do I begin with my Bitcoin journey? So he's commented on a really old video. So he's trying to get me while I'm impressionable to get me to buy into his trading bot. Trading bots are a scam. Delete! Travis made the final call on that one. Here we get some messages. I got a message from this person, Bill Bo Baggins. Hello, I saw your video you made. Picture of an absolutely stunning bird there. I assume that's not Bill. Are you travelling later this year? I'm going to be at Wanderlust in 4 months and wanted to say hi. Hi, Glenn. Did you? I've already replied to him. So there we go. That's all my spam and other messages sorted out. Remember the API bot scam yesterday? Yeah, I suppose so. Let's have a look. What are we at Scribes now? 992. We've gone up one. Yes! Get in. We need 8 more subscribers, guys. Come on. Get in the subscribers. Right. So, once again, I'm going to wrap this video up. because I've probably been talking for way too long yet again. But I feel like we've talked about quite a lot today, and I'm glad that I did this video during the day because a lot more people joined in than I thought would, and there's definitely a lot of people in here that I've never seen in my late night videos that I've done. So I'm glad, because that means I'm getting to talk to more of you. I always get messages in the Telegram group chat saying, "Oh Glenn, what time are you going live?" And I'll say like, "Oh, you know, tonight at 10 o'clock or something." And they go, "Oh, I'll be asleep by then," or "Oh, I've got work then." So it's nice to do a video during the day where it gives more opportunity for other people to join in. Check the picture I sent in Telegram. Let's have a look what Travis is implying here. Yeah. I think Glenn missed this the first time. No, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. I saw you posted, was it you and, was it Justin? With all the retro gaming, and I said, "Oh, this is awesome." I meant all of it, all in total, right? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, Final Fantasy 1, the original, the classic. I've actually got a folder on my phone, which is just, where is it? I might not have it now. It took up so much. Oh no, I've still got it. Don't know if you can see that, but just to give you proof, I'm a bit of a fanboy. You can see here I've got a Final Fantasy folder, and it's got all the Final Fantasy games in there, and it's actually got Final Fantasy 7 in there. I've got Final Fantasy 5, 6, 2, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy Diamond, Final Fantasy 9. Can't believe they put 9 on there. Jeez. Soon there'll be 10, and that'll be insane. It's a massive game. We'll time it for next time you go live if you give me a heads up. I did put in the Telegram group chat going live in 5 minutes, so I apologise about that. So feel free to chat to me in Telegram. We're at over 100 members now, so that's great. Thank you for all the support. Hopefully by the next time I do a video, which I might do one tonight actually, maybe. I did promise I'd spend some time with my missus because I haven't really spent much time with her in the evenings. So I might do one tonight, not sure yet. Depends if anything new happens that I haven't talked about already today. API is access to your account wallet in order to allow the bot to trade. So the potential for the bot program writer to rip you off. So you buy the bot off them. They give you the bot software or settings. That has access to your wallet, but then there could be a hidden code in there that says transfer all Bitcoin to so and so and so and so. So it's quite clever. So yeah, don't use bots. Just be careful with who you're buying it from, and I don't really understand that, to be honest. Trading bots, I've never taken part in it. I don't even like to really day trade. When I transfer money, like even what's that website I used the other day, guys, where you have to pay to, who is it? HitBTC. With HitBTC, you have to pay to give them your Bitcoin. So I'll just rephrase that. You have to pay them to give them your Bitcoin. Insane. Insane. I don't know how they're getting away with that. And the only reason I did that was because I wanted to transfer my Bitcoin in there so I could buy more Envian tokens while they were at 50 cents or whatever they were. So I thought, yeah, I'll take the hit on the, whatever it was, couple of dollars of fee, but still insane. That's the only wallet I've ever come across, or only exchange so far, where they charge you to make a deposit. So I don't know how they're getting away with it, but they are. So let them get on with it. Exactly. Yeah, no bots unless you write them yourself. HitBTC is like the back alley exchange. Hey man, like with one of those big raincoats on with all the watches or whatever, like, hey man, you want to buy some coins? You can deposit other coins for free, but still, yeah. So a lot of people said to me, Glenn, why are you transferring it in Bitcoin? Why don't you just transfer it in Litecoin or something like that? But it seems like which way you turn or go with cryptocurrency, there's obviously everyone's looking to take their cut. So there's fees everywhere. So if I was to convert, unless I transferred the money from my Exodus into my GDAX, then converted from Bitcoin into Litecoin, then sent the Litecoin to HitBTC, you can see there that that's quite a lengthy process, and inherently there's going to be fees along the way anyway. So I might as well just take the hit and just do it the quickest way. So I suppose it depends. If the fee is really high, then yeah, like you'd want to do the back alleyway. But if it's only like $2, I think, would I rather just pay the $2 and have it done like within the next 10 minutes? Or do I want to do... Because you got to transfer money from GDAX normally takes quite a while anyway. I know it's improved with SegWit and stuff like that, but it normally takes quite a while to transfer out of there. It takes quite a while to transfer in, and then obviously you've got to do the exchange, which normally is instant, and then you've got to transfer it out, which takes a while. Then you've got to wait to receive it from HitBTC. Then you've got to convert that, I assume, back into Bitcoin, because I don't think they do a Litecoin to MVN trade. So you have to convert it back to Bitcoin anyway, which there'll be a fee. It's just, it's insane. So when people were messaging me that, I'm thinking, yeah, I should have done that. And then I think, actually, that's a massive balls ache. No, I ain't doing that. What's up, what's up, what's up? BitConnect! Glencoin! I love Glencoin. So I think when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I don't know if you guys, you might think, Glenn, we don't want to be a part of that. We don't want to take part in your shilling of your shit coin. And you'd be right. But some of you may want to be a part of history. Who wants to be a bit part of history? Oh, hang on a minute. What? Glencoin somehow is worth $6,800? What? I may be missing something here. Price in USD 0, 24-hour change 0. So value USD. How the hell have they got to that figure? So my wave, what the hell? Sell us one Glencoin for £1. I was going to make a joke about sending you guys an absolutely worthless currency, but apparently it's not. We may be onto something here, guys. Maybe Glencoin can be traded and will be worth $1 billion. I was thinking for when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll give away some of this Glencoin, because obviously I've got 10 million of it. Maybe I'll give away 1,000 for everyone that's in the group chat or whatever. This is the Wave platform. They've got their own exchange in here, bit like, well, exactly the same as Coinbase actually. But just be careful. I don't know if they could be trusted. I don't know if they crash. So I'm not recommending it or endorsing it in any way. But the reason I actually joined up, you can pay something like $5 and you can create your own coin. So between me and the guys in the Telegram group chat, we created our own coin called Glencoin and also BitGlencoin. I created the BitGlencoin because I wanted to know the process of doing it. I know that someone did trade some of my Glencoin for 70 cents or something. They put in the Telegram group chat. So I don't know if this website's just obviously done 70 cent or 68 cent times 10 million or something like that. I don't know. And that's worked it out. Somehow it's worth that much, but I'm pretty sure it's worth nothing. So we'll see. Akshat says, hello bro, hello, glad you joined. Hopefully you're subscribed to the channel already. Do I have to trade your coin for Waves or BTC? I don't even know if you can trade it, because why does this not appear? I've got assets. It says there BitGlencoin, but why isn't Glencoin in there? If I could trade that for £6,000 worth of Bitcoin, I would do it right now. I wonder how you'd get it on here. But that is funny. I actually had no idea. It's the first time I've checked this website. But I don't know. It's obviously a glitch or something. It can't be. Obviously, it can't be worth 7,000. Do you do programming? No, I don't. I used to back in the day on the PS. On the PlayStation 2 or 3, it allowed you could do some programming on it. I think you had to put the CD in, and I used to sit there and try and make my own video game, and it was like a text adventure game. This I'm getting really deep into how geeky I am. I'm a proper geek, but no, not any sort of skillful programming. No, I don't. So yeah, so if you want to be a part of my Glencoin giveaway, hit that subscribe button, get all your friends to subscribe, use what other accounts you've got to subscribe to the channel, even if they're dead accounts, just subscribe, just everyone subscribe. Get to 1,000 subscribers and I will do a Glencoin giveaway. I might even save the Glencoin giveaway for I'm thinking of doing a 24-hour live video. I don't know what you guys think of that, but generally when I do these videos, I blabber on for about 2 hours as it is. So I was thinking, would it be that hard to do 24 hours? It means I'd get probably a load of views, a load of people join in. But I don't know. What do you guys think? You would have to say at some point that they would pay that price. Kiss the like button. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, give us a like on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to chat to me more, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and did I say Telegram already? All with the name BitGlen. The Telegram group chat that we have is called Team BitGlen. I'll put the link because for some reason some of you... let's go to one of my videos. I'm going to put this link in the group chat here, because sometimes I say to people it's in the description and they're like, which one is it and all that, they don't know. So there you go, you've got it. There's no excuses. Am I still streaming live? I don't know, because I've come off my video. Right, so that's it from me, guys. I'm going to say goodbye. So thank you to everyone that's joined in. Can you give it a try and see how it is, Glenn? What are you talking about, Ollie? I'm not too sure what you're implying there. Create 20 million Tarcoin, sell one for £1, creating a market cap valuation. Then you know who can get your funds off. Give her your Tarcoin. Raw, that is... you led me down a path then that I weren't sure where it was going. I didn't understand what you meant. I get it now. Towards the end, I got it. So that would be ingenious. Ingenious. If I could create my own cryptocurrency and pay off my own child maintenance. I wonder if there's a... That would be an interesting one. A blockchain for child maintenance. Maybe someone's already working on it. The 24-hour live streaming, you can give it a try and see how it is. Child support coin. Yeah, so the 24-hour live stream, I'm not sure how to do it. And again, this is another thing that I'm not sure about. So when I say I'm researching other stuff, I was doing a load of research the other day. YouTube only record if you do a live video. What happens is I don't need to record it. So this video that you're watching now, I haven't got a backup of it anywhere. So if my computer just crashed and went down, YouTube make a copy of it on their server and then they upload it a little while after I've stopped recording. So then the video is available to watch by other people from the beginning. Yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. If you record more than an 8-hour video, YouTube cut it off. They say, right, here's 8 hours, and they don't record any more of that. So predominantly people can only do 8-hour-long videos unless I can figure out a way of me recording a 24-hour video whilst it's also recording and making a backup while I'm recording, which obviously is going to take up CPU power, which means it's going to be quite draining over a long period of time. And then the worst thing I don't want to happen is I'm in the mood of it, I'm 15 hours in, I'm like, yeah, we're going for the 24-hour live video, and then it crashes, breaks, whatever, and then I have to restart it all over again or something like that. So Don't go. I still got 4 hours to work. Sorry, Luda. I don't know if I could keep going on for 4 hours. I don't know what else you want me to talk about. Go make it quick. Had to keep cryptic. I actually got a letter. I can't remember if I told you guys. I would show you it actually. I've got no issue showing it. But I probably shouldn't show the address and stuff on it anyway. So probably not the best idea. Oh, actually, I wonder if I've got it. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. I got a letter because my ex-wife, as we know, does watch my videos and she always gives it the thumbs down. Tara, give it a thumbs up. Come on. I've been nice about you the last few videos. And she put in there that I'm making a mockery of the whole court system and I'm talking about her, which is very distressing towards her. She doesn't watch the videos herself, but she's been informed by other people. So yeah, that was quite interesting. So I've been told off about what happened. This is a bit of a story. One day we went to court, and this was not for child maintenance. This was me taking her to court because she stops me seeing the kids. Horrible woman, absolutely vile woman. And I spent £5,000-6,000 on taking her to court. I did it all the proper way. I got solicitors involved. I had to have a solicitor with me for the day when the court hearing was there, and then she didn't turn up. Then we had to reschedule it, and then she didn't turn up for, I think it happened about 4 times, and each time I had to pay the solicitor like £400, and they just kept racking up this bill. So I weren't paying it as I went along. They racked up this big bill, and it came to like £6,000 in the end, which is about $8,000 US dollars. And yeah, anyway, we went to court, and I was sitting there really bored. I was waiting for ages, and I was thinking, will she turn up today? So anyway, I've gone and took a selfie of myself, and I put it on Facebook because I was really bored. And I put on there like, waiting in court selfie, ha ha ha. And that was it. And it was just a picture of me like this. And I was just leaning against the wall, and I made sure that no one else was in the picture. There was nothing behind me. There was no like, please don't use your phone. There was nothing. It was just a brick wall, and it was me leaning against it, and I took a selfie. Now, she wrote to the court and said, Glenn has posted on his social media. Bearing in mind, I've blocked her and all her friends and all her family, so I still don't know to this day how she sees my Facebook. She said, Glenn's making a mockery of the court, and he's taking selfies of himself in the court and laughing about it online. I feel like he's not taking it seriously, blah, blah, blah. So she's doing the same thing again. But next time we went to court, the time after that, she must have told the security. And as I walked in the building, you have to be searched. So you put your arms out, they search you, and you go for a metal detector. And they come up to me and said, "Are you Glenn Hammond?" I went, "Yeah." And they went, "Just so you know, you're not allowed to use your phone in this building." I went, "Oh, okay, yeah. Why is that?" He goes, "We've had reports that you're taking photos inside the court." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I took a photo of me against the wall where the toilets are." He said, "Yeah, you can't do that, mate. If you found out to do it again, that's breaking rules, and we'll kick you out," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, okay, mate, sorry, I didn't realise." So I said, "Oh, where can I take a photo then?" He said, "Well, you could take a photo outside of the building." So I went outside the building, stood sort of a certain distance away from where you could see my head and you could see the sign saying Magistrates Court. And then I put on Facebook, like, outside of court selfie. And I was like, fight the system. So yeah, that was a bit of a tangent. I probably shouldn't have told that story. But this is a sort of shit tactics. This is someone told me when I split up with her. Sorry, I'm talking about something completely different from cryptocurrency. Someone told me, now you've split up from your ex-wife, it's going to become a game of one-upmanship. And I said, what do you mean by that? And they said, well, you're always trying to get one over on each other all the time. And until one of you grow up, it won't end. And he was right. You know, Tara did something to wind me up one day. I went round and, you know, done something to the house. I probably shouldn't say in case I get arrested. But, you know, I done something, and then she done something, and then I done something, and then she done something. And it's still going on. This is, you know, if we'd just split up 3 months ago, then you'd probably think, yeah, I get it. This was... I've been with my current wife. I've remarried now. 6, I think it's 6 years this October. It's either 6 or 7. I can't remember. So it's gone on a long time, and it's still to this day is just constant one-upmanship. If she rung me up and said, "Glenn, you can't do YouTube videos talking about me in them," I would then go out and do a live stream called "Big Glenn Talks About Ex-Wife," you know, and it is just constant one-upmanship, and there's no need for it. And I try and have a laugh with it now. You know, I try and laugh it off because that's my way of dealing with things. I don't really get stressed. I don't really get angry. I don't, you know, I don't lash out at people. So you can ask any of my friends or family. The way I deal with things is humour. I will take the mick out of people. I'd be sarcastic. I'll make a laugh. So that's just my way of dealing with things, and obviously she knows that, and she's trying to stop me from doing that. So she's trying to stop me from being who I am, because it upsets her. Or no, it doesn't so much upset her. It's not like I've posted this in her face. She's actively searched me. She's actively watched my videos on a regular basis for hours at a time. So she's going well out of her way, and it's not as if, you know, I've come on these videos and said, she's this, she's that, she's, you know, what this, what that. I've even said in some of my videos, yeah, I get why she is the way she is. I understand it, and I can see why she'd be under that. You know, so I try and be sympathetic and genuine, but it's a constant battle. And if any of you guys have ex-wives, ex-girlfriends, especially ones that stop you from seeing children, using kids as a weapon, constant threats, right, you know, unless you do this, yeah, and they're minor things. It's like, when I first got with her, it was like, I don't want the kids seeing your new girlfriend, otherwise you're not seeing them. And I think one time my girlfriend FaceTimed me, now my wife, she FaceTimed me on my phone, and my son saw her through the FaceTime. And he said, "Oh, hello," and then she said, "Hello." He went back and said, "Oh, I saw Dad's girlfriend." And that was, "Oh, what? That's it? You're not having the kids? You're not?" And I didn't see him for about 2 months because of that. And I said, "They just saw him through FaceTime." "Yeah, I don't care. You're not having them. That's it. You're not having them." And that is what I've dealt with for the last 6 years. And it's still going on today. It's a shame. I'm sorry I just went on a massive tangent about my personal life. But I'd like to think that if you've just sat here and watched my video for an hour and a half, I haven't particularly gave excellent information on cryptocurrency. So you're probably watching this video because you like me as a person and obviously this community. So I hope towards the end of the video, I think really the only people I've got left in the video are people that are generally interested in me and the channel and the community. So there you go. There's a bit of personal information. There's a little nugget. You guys love a nugget of information about my personal life. So there you go. I've fed you all today. If think about it, creating Waves coins is like the .com era. So if grab coin name, maybe someone else will buy it out. That is a good point, but you're only buying the coins on the Wave platform. It would be better to create your own Bitcoin that was hard forked off of another blockchain, from my understanding. Whereas this is something that can only be accessed through the Wave website. So that's my understanding of it. And unless Wave becomes the platform that everyone uses in the future, you could be right. But I can't see them coins ever going anywhere or being worth anything. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. If it gets enough community support, if you guys champion the Glenn coin, maybe it'll be worth something one day. Illegal pal, how the hell you run on her anyway? How the hell you run on her? Wow, man, she needs help. Did she hear for free speech? I don't know, because we don't actively talk. This is the thing. She doesn't And this is what my current wife said. She went, how can she send you a nasty court letter? But then that day she also texted me saying, hey Glenn, what time are you picking the kids up? So we don't actively talk. I mean, I can't even find the last time I spoke to her. But these are our conversations. You can see here, yeah, okay. We don't talk. It's just all nastiness. It's if she walked in the room now, it would just be very tense. It would be very dark. It would be very like, what do you want? You know, like it's not very nice. And unfortunately for my children, Jack and Leo, the thing that she doesn't understand, because I'm very like, look, why can't we be friends? I'd be happy to be your friend, even though all the shit that's gone on, all the horrible stuff you've done, I would still be, not friends like let's go out for a drink type thing, but like, hey Tara, how the kids been? Yeah, how was Jack's dentist? How's their play at school? You know, to me that makes sense, but we can't even do that. We can't have that communication without it. It would end up being like this. You didn't feed Leo dinner. He doesn't like your dinners anyway. He does it. And then I go, yeah, well, whatever. You know, why don't you just fuck off, yeah? You know, and that's the level it gets. And unfortunately, the only one who suffers from that is the children, because that means that whenever I'm dropping them off or she's picking them up, they're very tense as well. They're like, oh, mummy and daddy are going to meet up in a minute and there's going to be fireworks. So it's horrible for them. It's horrible for me. I assume it's horrible for her. I think deep down she likes it. I think she loves that excitement. But yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know. But I wish it wasn't like that. I don't want it to be like that. I wish it could be differently. I wish we could be at least amicable. That's my opinion. I don't know. You have a thumbs down. Is she here? She probably is. She's probably in this group chat. Yes, sucks. You need a drum outro sound effect like that. EastEnders. do. Hey Glenn, almost missed your live wire. Thanks, Amit. I'm about to wrap this up, but then saying that, I was wrapping it up about 40 minutes ago. So, Tar, this message is for you. Your kids will grow up, and how are you going to explain this to them? How do you use them to get your ways? Do we count her as a subscriber? Do we need 1,001 subscribers after all? God bless you and your kids. No, we're getting too much into my personal life, and really I've given you guys way too much information. I probably shouldn't have gave you all that info actually, but yeah, subscribers are still subscribers, whether they're loving or hating. Still a subscribe. God damn it. The day is still young, Glenn. I know it is early, isn't it? I'm not used to this because I can finish this video and say, do you know what? I've done an hour and a half, 2 hour long video. I don't know how long we've been talking for. And I've still got the rest of the day. 1,001. What are we at? So that means we need 10 more subscribers. Come on! Get in the subscribers. I wonder if people watch these videos. Like, people that are genuinely like, I just want to know about the RCO. What's the new RCO, man? I want to know about the RCO. If they're watching my videos and they're thinking, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Well, I don't want to know about his ex-wife and kids. I want to know what the new RCO is going to be. So there you go. So what we all discussed, summarise please. Right, this is Bit Glenn's summarisation of what we've talked about. We have discussed this morning the markets and what my thoughts are on WOWs and FUD news in the media. We have discussed the price of Z Classic, Bitcoin, Envian. I've also discussed what I think is going on with Envian. I've also discussed my Hashflare account and how at the moment I don't recommend that you invest into it. I've also discussed that they've got a 10% discount at the moment. We've also discussed how I think KuCoin is probably one of the better exchanges if you want to take part in hard forks in the future. We have found out that my Glencoin is now worth $6,800 somehow. 6,862. So I'm gladly selling any Glen coin that you want for 50 cents a coin. I'm joking. We're going to give that away in the live chat. We've discussed the 24-hour live chat, and we've also discussed my ex-wife, kids, and what I'm going to do after this video. So there you go. That's my summary. Stray, please retract the post to protect Glen from repercussions. So what have we discussed? Raw, I've said in the past, I'm quite happy to talk about my personal life. Obviously, as you know, I need to be careful with what information I give away, like in terms of security, so like a name, address, bank details, stuff like that. But just telling about my life experiences with one person to another, I've got no issues with that. And if a court said to me, you can't talk about us on a video, I'd be like, all right, arrest me then. Like, it's not as if I've named the judge. It's not as if I've named solicitors. It's not as if I've given the court's address. It's not. I'm just saying I went to court, you know. So I don't think I've done anything wrong. Okay, just didn't want to give her any fuel. Oh, it probably will, because like I say, this is all... She texted me, the reason we're going to court... Oh, God, I probably shouldn't go into... The reason we're going into court, actually, is not because I've done anything wrong. She just feels that she wants to see a more in-depth look into my personal life and accounts to see if I owe her any more money than what I've already paid for the children in the past. But anyway, she even texted me at the beginning of this whole court process, look, I know you probably won't receive any repercussions of this, but literally just doing it just to wind me up. So there you go. It's just a constant one-upmanship. It's constant digs. I try and stay out of her way, but she gets in my way. You know, she's always wanting to be there in my face. And I'm always the type of guy, if an argument kicks off, I'll try and walk away from it. I'm not confrontational at all, unless you rub me up the wrong way. So, I don't know. Maybe this could all be settled with a good old-fashioned boxing match. That is what I would like to see. She's a T-bone ex-wife. Free speech up to a certain point. No threats or court orders. Yeah, I think with free speech, you know, people are entitled to say what they want, but if you want to have that privilege, you also have to face the repercussions. So, you know, I don't know how to... But if I was to stand there and go, yeah, we should be allowed guns in this country, then you have to face the repercussions of everyone walking around with a gun. Do you see what I mean? You have got free speech, but you need to be clever with it. And, you know, I try to say what I feel, and sometimes I have to stop myself. So you'll see me like, yeah, so anyway... Oh no, I probably shouldn't say that. That's like my you see my two voices in my head. Like, oh no, you shouldn't mention that. And then I quickly reword it in my head. Oh, okay, right. So we went to court the other day and da 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 da. So you do have to sort of be careful with what you're saying. But anyway, that's enough from me. So I'll see you guys on the next video. I may do one tonight if something changes in the markets dramatically. If not, it will probably be tomorrow some point. Only two voices. I have a couple of them. Yeah, I do have a few voices in my head, but I normally only listen to two of them at a time. But that's it from me, guys. I've hoped you've enjoyed this content. I hope that the service that I'm providing to you guys, you see a value in and you can see it going forward. As we hit 1,000 subscribers, generally I won't go on about subscribers anymore, because that was my goal. We'll hit it. And I won't, you know, I'm not going to be one of them like, right, now we need to get to 2,000. You know, that I'm going to leave it at that. And if it grows, it grows. If it don't, it don't. I'll always say, please subscribe, because that's a point of action for people to do. But I won't talk about that after we hit 1,000 as much. But thank you very much for all your support, all your comments, messages, tweets, everything. I love you all. Best community in cryptocurrency, best community on YouTube is all here at BitGlen. So I'll see you guys on the next video of BitGlen. Bye.